Hello, today we will be discussing about the constructional features of three-phase induction motor. The three-phase induction motor is the most widely used electric motor. Almost 80% of the mechanical power used by the industries is provided by three-phase induction motor. The reason why these motors are most widely used in industries is its simplicity and the rugged construction. It also has lower cost as compared to the other competitors of electric motors. It has good operating characteristics. The absence of commutator provides more easiness and ruggedness to its construction, and it also gives a good speed regulation. The induction motor are also called asynchronous motors as it runs at a speed other than the synchronous speed, which is always less than the synchronous speed. Now, what is a synchronous speed? The synchronous speed is the speed of the magnetic flux which is revolving in the air gap, and that is given by the formula ns is equals to 120 f upon p, where ns is the synchronous speed, f is the supply frequency, and p is the number of poles of the electric motor. Now, three-phase induction motor mainly comprises of the stator and the rotor. As the name symbolizes, the stator is the static part and rotor is the revolving part. The stator of an induction motor is made up of number of stampings which are slotted to receive the windings. The stator carries a three-phase winding and is fed from a three-phase supply. It is wound for a definite number of poles, the exact number of poles being determined by the requirement of speed. Greater the number of poles, lesser is the speed, and vice versa. As you can understand by the formula ns is equals to 120 f upon p. Here we can actually see the relation between the synchronous speed and the number of poles. The greater the number of poles, the lesser is the synchronous speed. The stator windings, when supplied with three-phase currents, produces a magnetic field or flux, which is of constant value but which revolves or rotates at synchronous speeds. This revolving magnetic flux produces an EMF in the rotor by mutual induction. Coming to the rotor of a three-phase induction motor, the rotors of a three-phase induction motors are basically of two types. These are the squirrel cage rotors and the slip ring or wound type, or also called phase wound rotors. This diagram shows the construction of stator and that of rotor. Other parts are the shaft for transmitting the torque to the load, bearing for supplying the rotor shafts. One of the problems with electric motor is the production of heat during its rotation. To overcome this problem, we need a fan for cooling. For receiving external electrical connection, terminal box is needed. There is a small distance between the rotor and the stator, which usually varies from 0.4 mm to 4 mm. Such a distance is called as the air gap. The stator of the three-phase induction motor consists of three parts. These are the stator frame, the stator core, and the stator windings or the field windings. The stator frame. It provides supply to the stator core. The frame provides protection to the core and the windings, which are in the inner parts of the three-phase induction motor. Next is the stator core. The core carries the alternating flux. The core is laminated type, and the laminations are done to reduce the eddy currents so as to reduce the leakage flux, and this can be done by using stampings of 0.4 to 0.5 mm. The material used for making of the stator core is called as the cold rolled grain oriented silicon steel, CRGO, and this particular material is being used so as to reduce the hysteresis losses. The stator winding or the field windings. The three-phase induction motor provided with three-phase supply, and the three-phase supply is given to the stator windings, which are the R, Y, and B phases. And these are then given to the delta. These are then connected in delta or in star. The squirrel cage induction motors. Coming to the classification, the squirrel cage three-phase induction motors, these are basically made up of aluminum, brass, copper materials. Almost 90% of induction motors are squirrel cage type. Because this type of rotor has the simplest and the most rugged construction imaginable and is also indestructible. Okay. The rotor carrying the rotor conductors, which is should be clearly noted that these are not wires, but it consists of heavily bars of copper, aluminum, or alloys. One bar is placed in each slot. Rather, the bars are inserted from the end when semi-closed slots are used. The rotor bars are braced or electrically welded to two heavy or stout short-circuiting end rings, thus giving us the picturization called as the squirrel cage construction. It should be noted that the rotor bars are permanently short-circuited on themselves. Hence, it is not possible to add any external resistance in series with the rotor circuits for starting purpose. There are no brushes in this motors, which is one of the reasons for its ruggedness. Advantages of squirrel cages: its construction is very simple and rugged. As there are no brushes and slip rings, these motors requires less maintenance. Applications: we can use the squirrel cage induction motors in lathes, drilling machines, fans, blowers, and printing machines. The next classification of the stator is the slip ring or the wound type rotors. It is provided with three-phase double-layered distributed winding consisting of coils as used in alternators. The rotor is wound for many number of poles as the number of stator poles and is always wound three-phase even when the stator is wound two-phase. The three phases are shorted internally. This is basically the diagram of the slip ring three-phase induction motor rotors. As you can see, they are short-circuited internally. The other three-phase winding terminals are brought out and connected to the three insulated slip rings mounted on the shaft, as can be seen in the diagram. These three brushes are further externally connected to a three-phase star-connected rheostats. This makes possible the introduction of additional resistance in the rotor circuits during the starting period, for increasing the starting torque of the motors and for changing its speed or torque or the current characteristics. When running under normal conditions, the slip rings are automatically short-circuited by means of a metallic collar which is pushed along the shaft and connects all the rings together. Next, the brushes are automatically lifted from the slip rings to reduce the fractional losses and the wear and tear. Hence, it is seen that under normal running conditions, the wound rotor is short circuited on itself, just like the squirrel cage induction motor. So with this, we comes to the end of the construction of three-phase induction motor.